The Millcreek School District in Pennsylvania is looking into possibly arming their teachers. It is not legal to do so yet. However, until it becomes legal, they're hoping to arm teachers with tiny baseball bats. I'm not kidding, they're literally tiny baseball bats. They're about 18 inches long.
JR has one here, doesn't he?
He has a real baseball bat.
Yeah, but he also, we had a little one here for a long time. Or at least at the old Young Turks office.
I don't know why those exist. Are they for children?
Yeah, they're for children to hurt each other.
Okay, yeah. Fantastic.
They're usually, you see them around offices and stuff, people have them.
Yeah, they're like commemorative, like they'll give them away, there'll be a giveaway at the Dodger game and you get a little Dodger one and then you hit your friend with it.
I know this is a little bit of a tangent. I hate when people give me stuff like that. I don't like clutter. Please don't don't give me stuff like that. I don't want a memento or.
So at the Dodger game, I was at the Dodger game last night, and it was sweatshirt night. Like it's technically a nice gift. It's a hoodie, you know, but it's got the bank sponsor name on it.
Oh, so you went on the hoodie night.
I went on hoodie night. Yeah.
Well,
I went on the night when they gave out baseball cards.
Right. I'll trade you the baseball card for the hoodie. I'll give you the hoodie.
Okay.
So I say, you know, and oddly enough, my wife and daughter are out of town, and they also went to a baseball game yesterday, and I went to a baseball game that night. So I told my daughter this morning that I got a hoodie, and she goes, "Oh, we don't need another thing in the house."
Yes, she sounds like me.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
Yeah, well,
there you go.
I love it. All right, well, back to Millcreek School District. Now, the 16-inch, they're not even 18, they're 16 inches. The 16-inch bats were distributed to each teacher following an in-service training day on how to respond to school shootings.
I mean, the crazy that they were actually given out. Somebody had an idea and then went and bought them.
They spent money. They spent taxpayer money.
Yeah, a
on
little less
this.
than $2,000, I think, is what it cost. But it's funny that they say it's a symbolic thing, and if it is symbolic, then I guess okay. But it's ridiculous. I mean, we're talking about people who are coming into these places that we want these kids to be safe, and they're coming in with these weapons of war, and then we hand out these 16-inch wooden bats to people. It's
just, I don't know. I mean, I mean, first of all, if somebody comes into the school and starts throwing you mini sliders, you're going to want a mini bat. hit those mini sliders.
Well done.
It's I don't know. I don't want to mock them for. I mean, I don't want them to have guns. So you know, no one's going to get hurt with a 16-inch bat.
It's depressing to see what kind of solutions are. And look, you can't blame the school district. I mean, they're not the ones who write legislation and vote on legislation. Again, it goes back to our lawmakers and their inability to do anything in regard to these mass shootings. That's the real issue here. But since our lawmakers are refusing to do anything about it, everything feels more militarized. Everything feels as though our privacy is being violated. I'll give you an example. So at this school district in Pennsylvania, they're coming up with other solutions in addition to the tiny baseball bats. They're proposing a concrete barrier around the high school walkway and additional security measures at each entrance. So those security measures include the metal detectors and all of that. It's just very sad that, again, everyone has to be inconvenienced. We have to give up our freedoms, our privacy rights, all of that, in order to accommodate for the wrong interpretation of the Second Amendment. You know, this ridiculous interpretation that the Second Amendment means that all of us can have freaking bazookas and things like that. It doesn't,
and of course,
no one's saying that we should have bazookas.
No, but I mean, of course, like, it's not that complicated. We do regulate the guns. I mean, the line regulate is in there as part of a well-regulated militia. I mean, unfortunately, it's an incredibly poorly written amendment, leaving it open to interpretation. I don't think intentionally, just because nobody really knew how to write back then, except like 9 guys. And they didn't give this one to one of them. We do regulate bazookas. We regulate machine guns, right? So our debate right now, it's a simple one. I mean, I want to go further, but the debate right now is a simple one. We want to regulate, we want to include these guns, these weapons of war that were designed for soldiers at war, and we want to include them in the list of machine guns and bazookas and tanks, and they want to include them on the list of handguns and rifles.
Correct, yeah.
It's not, you put it like that, it's like, okay, well here, we're negotiating over this weapon right now, over which list it goes on.
What you just watched was one of the videos that we do today, but we actually do a whole 2-hour show every single day. It's a podcast. You could watch it in video or listen to it as audio. You can download it, you can stream it, and you get it completely ad-free if you could become a member of the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.